So there's a lot of things that people say to you when you lose somebody who you love deeply, and you're not always open to hearing it. I know that there was a lot of chatter around me from a lot of well-meaning people, but one friend in particular, who had lost his father when he was very young, said to me, "I want you to listen to this because it's important." And I did. And he said to me, "You will never get over it, but you will get used to it." And I remember very well the moment that he said to me, I thought, well, I thought this was going to be some earth shattering thing. And it wasn't. It didn't really make sense to me. But then I came to understand it because in the moment that I lost my son, the thought of trying to live with that pain, that emptiness, and that grief, and I wondered if I could continue to live. I wondered if I could continue to breathe. How could I possibly eat? How could I laugh again? How could I move? And so I would definitely wish for sleep. I would use whatever I could to help me do that, if it was like a couple glasses of wine or if it was sleeping pills, just because there was grace in those moments of not having to be aware of my son being gone. And then when I woke up in the morning, I would always wake with a start and kind of, it's real, and have to remind myself to breathe. And I felt like, I used to call it Groundhog Day. Every morning was the same. I would wake up and realize that it wasn't a nightmare. He really died, and I had to keep living. And then one morning, I got out of bed and I walked over to the coffee maker and I pushed the button, and I looked over at the front of the refrigerator where there's a picture of my son, and I went, Dylan died. And I realized that I made it all the way from my bed into the kitchen to the coffee maker and pushed the button before that happened. And that was huge. And I realized that the words that my friend said to me were true, that I would never get over it, but I would learn to live with it. I would get used to it. And I hope that you'll think about that too, because I found it to be true. In your deepest, darkest moment where you can't ever imagine that you could learn to live with it, please know that you can. You can.